Welcome, everybody. August 27th, the market update desk with Scott Riley, NMLS number 157524. We wanted to go into a few different things as it's a slightly slower day for data. Austin Goolsbee, who's probably the number one dove on the Fed and has been a proponent of easing monetary policy, gave some comments recently that we wanted to review with you. Um, Indicated that you only want to be this tight on purpose if you're trying to cool an overheated economy. And this is not what an overheated economy looks like. Goolsbee also went on to explain that the Fed is at the tightest they have been in this cycle, even though they stopped hiking rates and have been on a pause since July. Um, Inflation, though, has continued to cool while not at the pace that they wanted. It has cooled since they rose that Fed funds rate to 5.375. So the trend line has been good. Also went on to mention, when asked about whether it's a 25 basis point or a 50 basis point cut in September, he was non-committal and stressed it wasn't a matter of which they choose, half point or quarter point. What's more important is the longer term velocity and view of where that terminal rate's going to be. And we've been talking about the critical aspect of Chair Powell coming out and giving an indication of what that terminal rate is going to look like. That's going to ease some of the concern within the market. Home appreciation, we've talked about how appreciation has continuing to climb and there's not a decrease in values coming. Case-Shiller, which is generally considered as the gold standard of appreciation, reported that home prices rose by 0.2 in June to another all-time high, and prices are now up year over year 5.4%. So we're on a very good pace for home appreciation. FHFA, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, is also another parallel report that is put out. Now, keep in mind, this only deals with single family homes with conforming loan limits. Year over year, FHFA is reporting that home prices are up 5.1%. So if you're not buying now, just think of it 5% on a $300,000 house. That's $15,000 a year that you're going backwards on. So, trying to help everybody understand, get that home appreciation to work for you rather than this wind that keeps knocking you back. Now, when we talk about shelter costs within a lot of these inflation readings, one of the things that we know is going to come along within shelter cost is the rent issue that's out there. It hasn't fully gone into it yet. It's a lagging number. Vacancy rates have now moved up to one of the highest levels in 4 years at 6.7%. The main reason for that is the flood of these new apartments that are either online now or preparing to come online in the next 6 to 10 months. So the supply, as far as apartments is concerned, is shifting. We're now seeing landlords actually offer concessions for new leases, rent renewals, and just for paying your rent on time. In fact, Zillow is reporting 33% of their rental listings had at least one concession, and that's up from 25% just last year. So an increase of 8% in the last year for rent concessions. That is a good sign as we look deeper into PCE, CPI, and other inflation readings because shelter is such a big aspect of that. Now, on the technical aspect, mortgage-backed securities broke through a very important technical level at 100.79, and that's now formed a dual level of resistance, which seems, at least for now, to be holding. There's also a rising trend line from early July that is proving an additional level of support. It's going to be interesting to see if mortgage-backed securities can hold this, both trend line and floor, because there's room to the upside. 10-year bonds are up 3 basis points today. Now, keep in mind, we're waiting after pre-market. I believe tomorrow is NVIDIA earnings. So a lot of the stock market is just in anticipation of what these NVIDIA earnings are going to look like. Top and bottom line, future, and supply. Supply is going to be a big aspect of the NVIDIA earnings. Can they keep up with demand? That's a breakdown of what's going on today. We hope you find it interesting, valuable. Give us a call. We'll help you out, get pre-approved, work to help get offers accepted, and help you use our knowledge to benefit you. Give us a call, the Market Update Desk, Scott Riley, 616-293-2189. Have a great afternoon.